Guten Tag, my name is DMAD, and welcome to the first episode of a series I've been wanting to do for a while. So, let me give you a quick rundown. My mind is like one of those giant interstates, like those city interstate junctions that have like 5 lanes, and you got two branching off every like mile, and you got all these cars going in different directions, and it's hectic to drive through. Well, yeah, that's pretty much my brain, and those are like my ideas. My ideas and thoughts. I'm always getting like different ideas, different thoughts, just going around, and yeah, it goes in and out. And I have a lot of interesting thoughts, and I think of a lot of interesting things. So I actually wanted to just start a series kind of about that. Kind of just like a thought provoking series, just discussing stuff. And if those discussions or those rants or whatever you want to call them, if they branch out into something more, then I can do more with it in the future. So that's where we are. This is going to be the first installment of Random Animal Thoughts. And this show, honestly, can be whatever. It's basically just me kind of rambling, and you want to listen, you can. And like I said, if things progress into their own series, or they progress into like a follow-up episode where I have like an actual discussion with somebody else, or just yeah, anything in general, it's just kind of almost like a video blog kind of thing. I know it's called vlog, but it's pretty much just me rambling, and I thought that made good content. I mean, we'll see how this series goes. It literally can be anything. So, today, I wanted to talk about being in your element. Another thing that this can also be is like, um, kind of thought provoking or inspirational or stuff. 'Cause that's kind of what the theme of this first episode is. So after a lot of thought as to what I want to do, and I think this series is going to like go by a lot easier, just because I've been heavily debating what I want my first episode to be, but then after that, kind of the first episode is just going to give the rundown and just kind of an idea of what it is. And then after that, it's going to just be whatever. If I think of something, I'm probably just going to record it. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But this first episode is going to be one of those more kind of inspirational or thought provoking ones, I want to say. And it's on being in your element. So, I kind of wanted to talk about how zoos kind of affect me. Like, I've been going to zoos my whole life, and I have just, like, over time, like, working more in zoos, whether that be through volunteering, through actual jobs, and now working with animals. I, like, zoos are they're like a third home for me. And whenever I'm in a zoo, I feel like I'm in my element. Like, I'm all like being around animals. It's like being around that thing that you love. One one thing I see a lot, and I kind of agree with this mentality, is that you should like doing what makes you happy, what is in your element, and doing what you love, and being just around animals in general is doing what I love. Just being around them gives me a more positive feeling, even if like we all have those moments where like we don't want to get out of bed, we just want to lay down, and we want to just sleep in and all that. And of course I'm like that too. But once you get out of bed and I get with the animals, like I'm hanging out in the zoo, doing the work, helping the animals or teaching about them, that's when I perk up. That's like my almost like cure to depression, pretty much, is just being around the animals. And whether that's just being in their presence, trying to take care of them, doing work that benefits the animals, or teaching about the animals, answering questions. One of my favorite things are answering like kids' questions, because kids are so like they're so intrigued by stuff, or like at the right age, you have those ones who just they keep asking questions, and I love answering them. I love answering questions of like everyone, like adults, teenagers. But whenever I answer them and like the kids perk up or they see the animals, or they're commenting on the animals, and I get to like agree with them, like, oh, this animal's so soft that I get to pet. Yeah, and did you know this and this? Like, it just seeing the smiles on people in general, their faces when like they're around the animals, and getting to add to that, like teaching them so that they have a bit extra knowledge about the animal. That's what gives me like joy in life, is that. And even it's not just when I'm working at zoos. If I'm visiting a zoo, then like that also gives me joy because I'm doing other stuff I love. Like you of course know I do my Beck Trek. If you've seen the channel, I've got Beck Trek. I'm hoping to do more content later on, but that's not what the video is about. But just being there, kind of doing what I love with photography and videography, and where that can lead to more avenues. And again, just being in the presence of animals of all sorts, reptiles, birds, mammals. I think my favorite part of zoos is probably herpetariums, which are where the reptiles and amphibians are kept, and walk-through aviaries. And the reason I like herpetariums is because, like, ever since like high school, when I got into like seeing other reptile YouTubers, just seeing the amount of reptiles and the different varieties of reptiles at different zoos always like brings me joy, because it just shows the biodiversity of the world. And going through aviaries, it just helps me like it's just interesting. It's interesting to be around animals, to watch them. There's certain animals that I could watch all day. So yeah, I think the moral of this kind of rant, and again, there's no real plot or anything to random animal thoughts. It's just anything I think of. So, but I think the moral to all this is, like, if you can take anything away from this video, I think it's to do what you love, do what is in your element, and if you can't, like, work your way there. Try. Like, I didn't start out working with animals. I volunteered and taught about them, and then I worked at a zoo on the grounds and custodial team, so I was pretty much a trash man for the zoo. But that got me an avenue in. I got to talk to people. It got me references, and now I am working with animals. So, yeah. But I don't know. I think that this was. But yeah, this video and series has kind of been a long time coming. I want to do more, and again, it can range from anything to animals in general to video games like Planet Zoo. I have a few thoughts that I've been wanting to kind of talk about and stuff, and or just random concepts in general. Like I've had a lot of thoughts, and I want to get them on the table. I want to get them like off my chest and all that, and I think that this will make a pretty entertaining series. So yeah. But with that, I think we're done here. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, following us on all our other platforms. LinkTree will be in the description, all that. And, I mean, share this video out if you want. Share it to anyone who likes the thought-provoking or inspirational kind of talks. I don't know how much of an inspiration I am, but I thought this would be a good place to start the show. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you all for watching. And remember, always be prepared, do good daily, and love nature. For your life is a canvas, and you have the brush. Auf Wiedersehen!